Fitzpatrick.
And I'm Teo Torres. We have an office pool here,
Yes.
and I said, "Hey, are we putting in?" She goes, "I think you did already." I'm like, "I'm not sure." So everybody, I can't remember if I'm in it or not.
This is not the one people want to forget to pick in their cash
for days and days. All right, let's go to meteorologist Tamara Berg for a check on our work week forecast.
Yeah, cool changes have started to arrive. First thing you'll notice when you walk out the door is you may want to grab a jacket. Temperatures are right now into the mid to upper 50s across the area. The clouds are starting to scatter out as we look at the Capitol Dome here in the distance. It's 57 degrees right now in the capital city, and you see that flag is moving under the influence of that south wind, which right now is at 8 miles per hour. We'll keep those 50s going throughout at least about 9 o'clock this morning. Sunshine and clouds mixing in for midday to early afternoon, and then really it's late afternoon. We could start to see maybe a chance of a stray shower, but the bigger takeaway with the forecast today is going to run much cooler. Daytime highs are only going to peak in the low 70s. That onshore breeze coming through Fairfield right now, that's the other difference you'll notice for the morning. Southwest wind steady at 16 miles per hour, all in association with this weather system that's going to move through the area later on this afternoon. You can see those clouds kind of fanning out right now for the northern half of the state, and then the rain just kind of staying right off the coast currently. As this system starts to navigate across Sacramento Valley, it loses a lot of its punch. So even areas like the foothills, while you'll see those clouds today and a cooler day with highs in the upper 60s, I don't anticipate that everybody in the foothills will get a passing shower. But a few spots in the valley may see a shower later this afternoon. I'll have a closer look at the timing of that Futurecast coming up in just a bit. 6:02 is the time. It's a Monday. Brian, how the roadways look?
Looking pretty good here. I-5, no delays coming up from Elk Grove. 99 getting just a little bit of slowing right as you approach the transition with Highway 50, but all in all, looking very good along the 99 corridor as well. Highway 50 coming in westbound, no problems there. Interstate 80 incident free as well as you leave Roseville and make your way down through the split, over the top or across the causeway. Westbound Highway 50, we do have some construction. They have closed the 10th Street exit and the 15th Street on-ramp. This is all due to some concrete work, all part of the Fix 50 project. That's going to be a 4-week closure, so drivers will be merging over, urged to get off at 26th or the 16th Street ramp there, if I can try to get that out. I-5 and 99 looking good. Westbound 4, no issues through San Joaquin County. Checking in on the 99 corridor out of Modesto, no delays there. 27 minutes across the triangle. 580 is a 26-minute ride, and as you saw here in Sacramento, we are incident and delay free. Back to you.
All right, thank you. 6:03 now. We are following some breaking news in Sacramento County. Fire crews have been dealing with a fire at a former club. It's happened out on Auburn Boulevard at Garfield Avenue, just outside of North Highlands. KCRA3's Melanie Wingo has been watching this burn and is joining us now live.
Fire crews are still here at the scene, keeping watch on the building where they were fighting a fire for a few hours this morning, even using ladder trucks above the fire to spray water down onto it. Take a look at this video. We received this from Sacramento Metro Fire. It's from one of those ladder trucks, and it gives you a bird's eye view of what fire crews were dealing with from up on the ladder. And then from our vantage point on the ground just across the street from that building that was on fire, we could see extensive damage to the back side of the building. Throughout the morning, we saw flames flaring up on the building site, but this is a vacant restaurant, an old club called Alley Cats that no longer operates out of this site. And when the call came in at 1:30 this morning, Sac Metro fire crews realized this is a location that's burned several times before, so they decided to take a defensive stance on it, meaning they're fighting the flames from the outside. They weren't going to go in to fight the building fire for the safety of the crews involved.
We have a standalone commercial structure. We had a heavy fire on the back side of the building. We initially pushed in with hose lines. Unfortunately, this building has burned several times, so there was structural instability and the amount of fire and direct flame impingement on those members. We pulled everybody out to keep our folks safe.
Fortunately, fire crews say there are no reports of injuries associated with this fire, and Auburn Boulevard, which is this road right behind me, it's back opened after being closed for several hours this morning. Reporting live in Sacramento County, Melanie Wingo, KCRA 3 News.
Meanwhile, fire investigators haven't determined the exact cause of the fire in the vacant building, but Sac Metro Fire says that there have been fires in the past that were caused by activity from unhoused people.
Well, happening right now, the fighting in the Gaza Strip intensified overnight. Video here of some of that massive artillery. Israeli officials confirm at least 4 of the more than 700 civilians killed in the fighting over the weekend. Israel has vowed to lay total siege to the Gaza Strip in retaliation. Now, the Biden administration is pledging diplomatic and military support for Israel, warning the world is watching. KCRA 3's Amy Lou is in our Washington newsroom now with more on the toll.
Well, at least 700 people have been reportedly killed in Israel. That is a staggering number that the country hasn't experienced in decades. Another 400 people have been killed in Gaza in just a few days since this war started. Intensified airstrikes along the Gaza Strip created chaos to help the wounded and killed as Israel declared war against the Hamas military group.
This is inhumane. Inhumane.
The Israeli ambassador to the UN calling the attacks blatant war crimes, demanding the international community pledge its full support for Israel.
We will not ever fail to have their back.
In phone calls with Israeli leadership, the Biden administration says it's coordinating more support for Israel's defense forces while condemning terrorists for taking hostages, including the elderly and children.
This is not a moment for any party hostile to Israel to exploit these attacks to seek advantage. The world is watching.
While the Pentagon moves assets closer to the conflict zone, strengthening U.S. military posture and keeping in close contact with leaders in the region and beyond.
Both to make sure that there is support for Israel and that every country is using every effort to pull Hamas back and to prevent this from escalating.
And the U.S. is positioning battleships near the eastern Mediterranean close to Israel. It's also planning to send more aid and weapons in the coming days. In Washington, I'm Amy Lou.
The UN Security Council held an emergency meeting Sunday. The U.S. demanded all 15 members strongly condemn Hamas's actions. Both Russia and China's voiced similar positions on the war, condemning the attack on civilians without directly mentioning Hamas. Well, some right here in Sacramento are keeping a very close eye on this situation, hoping their family members living in that area stay safe as the violence continues. For example, Barry Broad is the president of the Jewish Federation of the Sacramento region. After learning Hamas's surprise attack against Israel, his immediate concern was for his daughter. Broad says his daughter, who grew up here in Sacramento, is pregnant and has been planning to travel to Israel for the birth of his first grandchild. She's there now, and of course he is very worried.
Both for the safety of my daughter and for my son-in-law, who is there, has been deployed, and he's a reservist. He was called up, and he's deployed fighting now. So that's a experience I've never had before.
Broad says in some ways the whole city of Sacramento has a connection to what's happening. Sacramento has a sister city in Israel, Ashkelon, about 20 miles from the border, and so it was directly in the line of attack. Well, as the conflict between Israel and Palestinians intensifies, we're continuing to monitor what happens. You can find updates around the clock on our website and the KCRA 3 app.
Stockton police are investigating a double shooting. This one happened just after 7:30 last night, and it happened in the area of Plymouth Road at Kelly Drive. Police say that a 44-year-old man died. A 46-year-old woman was taken to the hospital. Her injuries are not life-threatening, and at this point, no suspect information is released. The road has reopened. Folsom Cordova School District is alerting parents about the death of a student. The district didn't release any details about how the child passed away or the school that they attended. But in their email to parents, they did share a warning about the dangers of fentanyl, saying, "We implore our families to talk with their child or teen about the dangers of illegal drugs, vaping, fentanyl, and the importance of only taking medication that has come from a doctor or pharmacist." The district is holding an educational workshop for parents on October the 17th. The cybersecurity and drugs awareness workshop will be in person at the district office. More information is available on the district's website. A public campaign is starting in San Joaquin County today to educate the public, specifically kids, about the dangers of illicit drugs and fentanyl.
KCRA 3's Aaron Heft joins us live from Stockton with what's ahead. Good morning.
Good morning, Teo, Deirdre. A powerful message here from San Joaquin County leaders while they try to tackle the crisis on fentanyl and other illicit drugs, because they say in their community there have been far too many overdoses. They're trying to specifically target the audience of teenagers and young adults with a town hall scheduled for tonight outlining education and action plans set in play by the county's public health services, their safety coalition, Office of Education, and District Attorney's Office. That meeting is scheduled for 5:30 this evening at the Wentworth Education Center at 2707 Transworld Drive in Stockton. Leaders in the community are advocating for better communication to youth as fentanyl overdoses climb. Tonight, their county distributing naloxone, better known as Narcan, in the hope to save lives.
Parents, youth, everybody to have be able to carry naloxone because you never know when you're going to run into somebody who might be overdosing, and it's really just having that on hand that's going to be critical because if a person is at least able to recover from a potential overdose, they can get treatment.
A training and distribution of Narcan, hoping to save lives in the Stockton and San Joaquin County communities. In Stockton, Aaron Heft, KCRA.
All right, Aaron, thanks so much. Little microphone problem there. That meeting, by the way, expected to last until 8 o'clock this evening. And during the 9 a.m. hour on My 58, the health programs coordinator for San Joaquin County will join us to share more details on the topic for tonight's town hall and what parents really do need to know.
Well, the Powerball jackpot keeps on growing. It's now sitting at an estimated $1.5 billion after no ticket matched all the numbers Saturday night.
I woke
How many
up
more times could this
yesterday?
go?
I'm like, again? However, the weekend drawing did produce almost 5 million winners of those teeny tiny smaller prizes, including one ticket wasn't so teeny tiny. $1 million winner. It was sold in San Francisco. The next Powerball drawing is tonight.